for Kelvin Atuhu in the centre circle in the Leicester half. Out to this near left-hand side. Mellis can't control it and is dispossessed by Knockaert. Knockaert has got it at the right-hand byline, just about keeps it in play, Knockaert, and looks to get away from Atuhu. Plays it back onto the right-hand side of defence, and there's a slice clearance out into touch for a Barnsley throw on this near left-hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, that Knockaert's not very happy there, is he? He's done an awful lot of work to keep the ball in play. He's passed it to his centre half, who's just hoofed it into the stand.
Yeah, it was a poor clearance from Michael Keane. Barnsley have a throw near side. Tom Kennedy to take it, west-hand side of the ground. Down the line for Chris O'Grady. And Barnsley get another throw, not quite level with the Leicester penalty area on this occasion, but Kennedy will take it. And he's got movement from Perkins, but it's up towards Jason Scotland, who controls it on this near side. Back to David Perkins, and onto the touchline for Kennedy, then infield for Perkins again, back towards halfway, and Craney on the left-hand side. Craney into central midfield for Atuhu, ball back to Perkins, pressure from Leicester. Perkins hooks it forward. Leicester headed away on the right-hand side through delay, but it'll bounce forward for Jason Scotland now, gets away from King. He's got Dawson away to his right, play back to Atuhu. Left-hand side for Mellis, up towards O'Grady, over his head, out by Whitbread, and onto this near side for a Barnsley throw. Some early pressure in the Leicester half, Adam, from the Reds.
Yeah, good positive start. You know, this is, when we win games, it's normally when we start well, isn't it? And again, on Saturday at Wednesday, we didn't really impose ourselves on the game until the second half.
Kennedy to take a throw again then, near side of the field. 0-0 in the opening stages here at Oakwell. Kennedy's throw up towards the left-hand edge of the box. Cleared by Keane, though, the Irishman. It's on the right-hand side of midfield for Leicester, but once again they struggle to control. Barnsley will end up with a throw-in again. Kennedy, O'Grady heads it on against Delate, but Keane will clear this time, but Kennedy nods it back forward. Headed out by King. Kennedy brings it down. Perkins, then Craney. He lofts it forward down the left, but it's away by Delate, and it's a similar pattern. Barnsley keep intercepting down the left-hand side. O'Grady against Delate now, still on this near side of the pitch. Back to Jacob Mellis, infield for Atuhu. Atuhu up towards Dawson, who flicks it on. Dawson again, as Scotland's beaten on the edge of the box. He's forced out wide, he's up against Dyer, who comes away with the ball. Dyer forces it forward for David Nugent, the leading goal scorer for Leicester, with 14 in the Championship this season. Leicester play it long forward, but it's headed out by Wiseman. Atuhu on for Perkins, right of centre in his own half. Crosses halfway, David Perkins, up towards Scotland, beaten by Whitbread. Nugent has it, back to King in his own half of the pitch, central. All the way back to Keane in central defence. Keane plays it out, looking for Dyer far side, but it's intercepted by Wiseman, who can burst forward down the right-hand side. In behind the edge, Konchesky in towards O'Grady! Oh! Chris O'Grady deflects the ball in. It may have come off the defender in the 6-yard box. I'm not too sure, but Barnsley have the goal. They're congratulating Wiseman, and Barnsley are in front on 4 minutes here at Oakwell. Wiseman accelerated away down the right-hand side, got in behind against Paul Konchesky, played the ball into the 6-yard box. I'm not sure who touched it. Maybe O'Grady got the vital one, but they're definitely congratulating Scott Wiseman. And Barnsley lead by 1-0 against Leicester City. Throw in taken by Kennedy, back to Craney, infield for Atuhu, gets away from King, forward for Jason Scotland. Scotland edge of the box for Mellis, in for O'Grady, he's onside. O'Grady trying to get a left foot strike away. Scotland! Barnsley 2, Leicester 0. Flag up far side for offside against Jason Scotland. Play will continue. O'Grady forced it forward. It was a final shot from Scotland that ended up in the back of the net, but it's ruled out by an offside flag, Adam Brammer. Infield for Perkins. Perkins trying to work it forward. O'Grady, Perkins again brought down by Whitbread. Free kick, Barnsley surely 30 yards out, right of centre, and Whitbread will at least get a lecture from Andy Durso.
Quite right too. I mean, how many times have we been hacked down on the edge of the box there?
So the American gets a reprimand from the referee, but no yellow card. And it's within striking distance, this, isn't it, from the free kick, 30 yards out, right of centre.
Yeah, a bobbly playing surface, blustery wind. Just hit it hard towards goal, anything can happen.
Definitely. Jacob Mellis is standing behind the ball, hands on hips. Perkins is there. Dawson away to the right of it. Leicester haven't got a wall as such at present. Mellis will chip it in. Hassel heads it down. Craney might have got a touch initially, but it's straight into the midriff at the near post. Yeah, we're just about reaching the midway point of the first half, and it's Barnsley 1, Leicester 0. Scotland away to the left-hand side for Mellis. Can he strike it? He goes further left for Perkins on the edge of the box. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy's got space here to put a cross in towards Scotland, out by Whitbread. Helped on by Dyer. Mellis picks it up right of centre now. On for O'Grady. O'Grady with a low ball in. Can't find Scotland, behind by Whitbread. Barnsley corner, far right-hand side.
Yeah, a lot more of that we need to do. Don't get it on the ground, just run at them again. Mellis is having a good game, isn't he? Just pulling all the strings in midfield, and should have had a shot really, shouldn't he? He's passed it sideways to Perkins and dragged him wide really from what was a good opportunity to get the strike in.
Kennedy to take a corner then, between the north stand and the east stand. Be a left-footed in-swinger from the man who played for Leicester before joining Barnsley. Not too many appearances for them. Nodded back to Mellis, who gets a tame strike away on the edge of the penalty area, all the way through for a routine save from Schmeichel. It's all left-hand side, isn't it, for Leicester at the moment? Barnsley are just about managing to stand firm against it.
Good chance here if Jason Scotland can pick his man out. But
Scotland on the break finds Mellis instead of O'Grady. Mellis under pressure from Knockout. He is fouled though. Barnsley free kick, well left of centre, 35 yards out.
Yeah, he's done really well so far, Jacob Mellis, hasn't he? He's been much more advanced today, pushing forward, linking things up with the strikers, and definite foul on the back of him there.
Kennedy to take it, although Mellis might want to loft this one into the penalty area where Scotland and O'Grady are situated. The two who inside the D. Dawson right of centre, closely marked by Konchesky. Mellis places it. Well, Leicester have a two-man wall. Infield for Perkins, short from Kennedy. Perkins back to Kennedy. Should have gone into the area. Leicester have got time to regain their composure and not give Barnsley too much of a route to go. Played in by Mellis. Scotland near post. Gets his strike away saved by the legs of Schmeichel getting down. He's furious with his defence. Schmeichel knocks it behind for a Barnsley corner on this near left-hand side after Jason Scotland turned at the near post and got a shot away that was on target.
You can just see that touch of class from Scotland, can't you, there? Because he looked one way and turned the other, didn't he? And beat the defender, but good save from Schmeichel.
Mellis to take the corner with the right boot into the 6-yard box and headed down at the far post by Craney after it took a deflection off King. Played back in by Dawson. Hassel heads it forward. I think the referee's whistled for an infringement. Schmeichel claimed it anyway. Ball's back with Schmeichel. 14.5 minutes plus stoppages to the break. Barnsley 1 up against Leicester in this crucial championship clash at Oakwell. Mellis left of centre in his own half, over halfway for Chris O'Grady. Kennedy. Dyer's come across, but it's back to Mellis. Over the top, Dawson's onside here. Dawson can bring it down. Dawson over the keeper! Wide of the left-hand post. Tried to be a little bit too nonchalant there, I think, Stephen Dawson. Just tried to loft it over Schmeichel. Perhaps could have gone round him. Definitely onside, no flag. And Stephen Dawson squanders the chance. And Leicester City end up with the goal kick. Scotland being leaned all over again by Whitbread. Perkins has it central midfield into the centre circle for a two-hoop. Forward for Dawson. Two-hoop once more. Then Mellis. And now Perkins, left-hand side of the area for Scotland. Out to O'Grady now. O'Grady will run at Moore. Plays it towards the edge of the box for Mellis, who gets a strike away. Headed out by Whitbread. Perkins will try and bring it down, but Knockout will get a challenge in. Perkins fouled by Knockout. Barnsley free kick midway inside the Leicester half, right of centre.
That must be the third or fourth foul that Knockout's given away. Referee's still not spoken to it. Can bet your bottom dollar as soon as a Barnsley player puts tackle him, they'll be in the book.
Yeah, I would have thought so, wouldn't you? Barnsley free kick then. 1-0 to the good. 8 minutes before the interval, plus stoppages. The sun's out, but I can assure you it's freezing. Arctic here at Oakwell. All that's lacking is snow, though. We can see it on the hilltops behind the floodlight pylon over on the far side. In by Kennedy from the free kick. Hassel will leap out for Mellis. Oh, that's a fine strike. Got hold of it really well, Jacob Mellis, right on the edge of the box. But he's blasted it just wide of the left-hand post. I think Schmeichel would have been beaten all ends up there by that one. Just didn't quite have the accuracy. Goal kick Leicester.
Well, he just stood in operation there, Schmeichel. There's nothing he could do about that. If that was on the target, that was in the back of the net.
It would have been a wonder goal, wouldn't it, as that one from Ruben would have been on Saturday. I think Ruben's injured, ankle problem, that's why he's not in the 18 on duty this afternoon. Made you wonder on Saturday though why he wasn't taking the set pieces, Ruben Noble-Lazarus, with the strike that he's got in him.
Yeah, and he's got such tremendous power, hasn't he, on his efforts and accuracy as well.
Yeah, Mellis having a fine game today, but just off target with that thunderous strike from the edge of the area. Here's Kennedy left of centre in midfield in his own half. Forward for Mellis, gets away from James, back to a two-hoop. He's under pressure from King. Into central defence now for Craney. That's a late foot there from Nugent on Craney, as you say. O'Grady, as play continues. Mellis, then Perkins, Kennedy. Leicester not giving Barnsley much room to operate in at the moment. O'Grady will try and get in behind against Keane. Into the area looking for Dawson. Intercepted right hand side though and cleared by Andy King. Doing a sweeping up job for Leicester, protecting his back four there. And Barnsley will end up with a throw-in on this near left-hand side. Tom Kennedy will be the man to take.
Yeah, he's got Mellis in front of him there, hasn't he? Nobody's really showing for it.
Kennedy, infield for Perkins. Back to Kennedy, but he doesn't read it. And it will be a throw to Leicester to be taken by Liam Moore, who came on as a 31st minute sub for Richie DeLay. For Leicester in their right-back position. Moore down the line. Wood's the target. Nudges Craney, who beats him in the air though. Craney again against Nugent. Forward by Dyer. Wood's onside. He's got Knockout to his left if he sees him. Looks for him, but Wiseman gets there first. And he side foots it back to Luke Steele, who doesn't have any pressure on him and clears down the centre. Headed on by O'Grady for Scotland. Scotland up for O'Grady into the box. Chris O'Grady, yes! 2-0 Barnsley. 9 yards out, right of centre. Michael came to meet him, but they combined superbly there, Jason Scotland and Chris O'Grady. And the man who missed the game against his current employer, Sheffield Wednesday, on Saturday, doubles Barnsley's lead here at Oakwell with 5 minutes to the break. A clinical finish from Cogber into the bottom left-hand corner. It is now Barnsley 2, Leicester City 0. Higher across to knock the ball out into touch. Barnsley throw, level with the Leicester penalty area near side. Wiseman takes, on for Dawson. Dawson knocks it back towards Perkins, but James intercepts for Leicester. Dawson wins it back, plays it back to Wiseman, still on this west-hand side of the ground. Forward for a two-who, O'Grady right-hand side of the box. Back out to Dawson, who tries to get across, and it deflects to the edge of the area. Perkins flick on from O'Grady. Perkins goes down, penalty. Perkins brought down by Konchesky, and Andy Durso points to the spot. And Barnsley have the opportunity to get a third goal against Leicester in this one. 5 minutes into the second half. David Perkins wins the spot kick. And Jason Scotland is the man carrying the ball to the penalty spot. And hopefully beating Kasper Schmeichel for a third. What do you reckon to that one, Adam?
Well, it's just wonderful approach play again, isn't it? I mean, typical Dawson there. He's lost possession, he's worked hard to win it back, and then intricate one-touch pass and move on the edge of the box. Wonderful run from Perkins, and definite penalty just bundled over by Konchesky.
So in the absence of Dagnall, Jason Scotland steps up looking for his 6th goal of the season. It's a poor penalty, he scuffed it, very, very tame, and Schmeichel down to his left-hand side. Saves it with his legs, I think, in the end, and Jason Scotland has squandered the opportunity. Anyway, because it's picked up by Perkins. Forward for Mellis, down the line by Kennedy. Mellis on for O'Grady. O'Grady shows his strength again. Perkins at the byline, into the box. Mellis, and then Craney, saved by the legs. Scotland, Perkins, 3-0, point blank range. David Perkins, no. The flag was raised and Leicester have taken a free kick. The referee's ruled it out. So it's still 2-0. Don't know what for, Adam, but the referee has decided that goal won't stand. So it's still 2-0. O'Grady, left-hand side at the byline, deflected behind by Keane. Another Barnsley corner. Yeah, I'm absolutely baffled as to why that Barnsley goal. Yeah.
And how we didn't score that, because we had 3 open
Ellis
nets.
should have scored with the first chance, shouldn't he? And then Craney was denied by the legs of Schmeichel. Perkins finally bundled the ball over the line, but it wasn't given. Craney, a two-who. Mellis, edge of the box left-hand side, headed up into the air by Scotland and over the crossbar. And And Leicester will try and regain their composure now. More central now. Forward up towards Dawson. He knocks it out to this near side to Scott Wiseman, who's impressive in the first half. There's a missed kick and Dawson will try and get in behind. It's Matty James Dawson, parried out by Schmeichel, getting down to his left-hand post. Dawson on the half volley. It was a mistake by Matty James that let Stephen Dawson in. Got his strike away, but Schmeichel foiled him.
How many times is that now, Schmeichel? He must be into double figures for saves.
Here's a two-hoop infield for Perkins in the sunshine, but the sunshine isn't adding any warmth to proceedings. Weather-wise this afternoon, a two-hoop towards Scotland. Away to his left is Mellis. Jason Scotland still has possession, turns well, finds Mellis now. Kennedy away to his left, intercepted though on the right by Dyer, who can clear for Leicester. Nugent can't pick it up. Perkins on for Dawson. Nugent decides to track back and get a challenge in. And then a long ball forward. Wood will chase. Craney will watch it bounce back to Steele. He's headed it. Oh, it's just on the goal line, and Craney will recover and clear for Barnsley as Wood managed to beat Steele. There was a bit of a clash of heads. Wood lobbed it over Steele in the air, but Craney got back on the goal line and managed to make the clearance. He just hung in the air there, didn't it? Marshall will take the throw in towards the near post. Whitbread's in there. King tries to flick it on, bouncing around on by Nugent and offside. Fired in, but it's offside. Leicester denied a foothold on the game by a flag on the right-hand side. Lloyd Dyer with the finish, but Barnsley will have a free kick against Nugent, on by King. Nugent again, out by Foster, but only as far as Nugent. Not too much conviction on that clearance. Only half cleared, and the ball chipped in and headed forward by King, and good save by Steele. Nugent got his head to it inside the 6-yard box. Luke Steele fumbled it. I think it hit him in the chest and the neck area, but he somehow kept it out because it was point blank range, that one, as Nugent got his head to it inside that Barnsley 6-yard area.
Yeah, Luke Steele knew nothing about that at all, did he? He just hit him.
Out the box, O'Grady brings it down, Marshall pressures in, O'Grady back to O'Brien. O'Brien flicks it forward up towards halfway. Konchesky will intercept for Leicester. 5 minutes to play. Barnsley 2, Leicester 0. Long ball forward. Steele almost deceived. It's hit the crossbar. Schlupp can't force it in. Steele was blinded by the sun, I think, as the ball was lofted forward. It came off the crossbar. He managed to push it back out. Schlupp couldn't profit. Shot comes in. Nugent's got to be offside there as Matt James gets the initial shot away. Nugent left of centre, 8 yards out, is in an offside position. Luke Steele goes down to his knees after taking a knock, but the flag is raised and Barnsley can take a free kick now and breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, because Luke Steele misjudged the flight of the ball as it was played long from central midfield for Leicester. But it stayed out somehow. 2-0 Barnsley. On the right-hand side, he cuts in field and gets a strike away left foot to Luke Steele down at his left-hand post, throws his baseball cap away. Perhaps it was getting over his eyes there. He's thrown it behind the goal there, Luke Steele, but he's managed to parry the ball behind for the corner kick. I'm not sure if the shot was on target anyway, but Luke Steele taking no chances. Leicester corner, far right-hand side. Yeah,
it looked like it might have just crept in there, so he's done well to get across to it and push it wide. I don't think he likes wearing a hat, does he? Because it was the same at Hillsborough. He got the sun in his eyes and he still didn't wear one.
Konchesky then will take a corner for Leicester with the left foot. It'll be an in-swinger in towards the near post, and it bounces around and Barnsley get blocks in, and finally it's into the midriff of Luke Steele as it deflects forward off a blue shirt, and he makes the catch and hangs on to the ball for dear life before throwing it out to Stephen Dawson at the east-hand side. He crosses halfway. Barnsley 2, Leicester 0. Both goals coming in the first half. Keane with an own goal on 5. O'Grady on 40 with a clinical finish. Jason Scotland missed a penalty on 50. Barnsley have had a couple of goals ruled out for offside. Leicester 1 disallowed as well. Here's Dagnall into the box left-hand side. Back to O'Grady. Flicks it forward. Dagnall! Can he control it? Schmeichel denies him. O'Grady away by Konchesky. Schmeichel did well there to deny him. It was a heavy first touch, really. Couldn't get it to sit for him, Chris Dagnall, as he was played in by Chris O'Grady. And Schmeichel keeps Barnsley at bay. Penalty area, that ball on the left-hand side. Still Dagnall. Keane will get the challenge in, but he can't keep the ball in play. And Barnsley will get a corner kick over on the far left-hand side. And They'll not be in a rush to take it, just be wanting to run the clock down. 30 seconds of the additional time to play.
Yeah, we've been running the clock down the last 5 minutes, but I think if we'd have actually gone for it, we could have had goals in this, couldn't we? I mean, there's a few people who've been saying how we've not scored 6. I don't know.
Great chant of "We love you, Barnsley" from all three sides of the Reds supporters populated ends of the ground. Here's Kennedy, left hand side for Dawson, back into his own half for Foster. 5 seconds on my clock. Leicester have got it. The referee has blown a couple of seconds early, and Barnsley have the victory against Leicester. A great win by 2 goals to 0.